Welcome back to the Battle Camp. Thank you for clicking on my video. If it's the first time you've seen any of my stuff, please hit the subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer, thank you very much. So, as we anticipated, the WBO have called Anthony Yarde the mandatory challenger to Sergey Kovalev's light heavyweight title. So this is what Tunde Ajayi, Anthony Yarde, Frank Warren have effectively been building to for the last year, and now the opportunity is here. It's time to put up or shut up. I don't feel like I said that very well. It's basically time to put up or shut up. The amount of talk from Tunde Ajayi and Frank Warren, yeah, our man's ready. He's ready for the likes of Kovalev. Stuff like that. Well, here's your chance. The article that I've got in front of me, and all you need to do is go on Google and type in Kovalev Yarde, and 33,000 articles will appear with this news. I'm looking at a TalkSport one. WBO light heavyweight world champion Sergey Kovalev has been ordered to defend against mandatory challenger Anthony Yarde next. The sanctioning body has given both parties 30 days until April 12 to agree a deal, or purse bids will be called. So I don't really know who Kovalev or what platform or who Kovalev is promoted by, to be honest. I have a feeling that he fights on ESPN, and I think that it's 99% certain that this fight will happen in the States. Not least because Kovalev's the champion and he gets a lion's share of the purse. But also Yarde, I don't feel like he's actually really got a very big fan base over in the UK. All you got to do is look at the comments in the interviews that Yarde does and Tunde does as well. So I can't see that fight being put on over here unless Frank Warren kind of wins purse bids and puts this on pay-per-view. Who knows? But this is very intriguing. I can't remember the last time I've seen a UK based fighter step up like this. The type of people that Yarde's been beating up until now are fringe European level at best, and the gulf between that level of talent compared to what Kovalev is, it's massive. I made a video a few days ago where I spoke about Yarde, and I drew some parallels between Conor McGregor's kind of demeanor, his attitude as he was entering the UFC, and how I thought that Yarde was similar to how Conor McGregor was. The one main difference between Yarde and Kovalev, Yarde and Conor McGregor, not Kovalev, is Conor McGregor did genuinely beat top contenders on his route to winning the featherweight title. He didn't just beat a top 15, top 20 guy and then he was in a title shot, which is, well, Yarde's doing something a lot bigger than that because he hasn't beaten a top 15 or a top 20 guy yet. So there's a lot of unknown around this, which is why it makes it so interesting for me. Because the point that I made earlier is I genuinely believe in Yarde's confidence in himself. I don't think it's a facade. I don't think he's just doing it for show. I think he genuinely thinks he's got the beating of Kovalev. So yeah, interesting times. People are talking about Kovalev being at the end of his career and he's not what he once was. I don't know. They might be right. They might not be. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that he lost to Alvarez. But he got knocked out by Alvarez. But when he fought him again, he just outclassed him. So maybe it was just a bad day at the office. Maybe he just didn't take Alvarez seriously and he got exposed. Who knows? I'm not trying to make excuses for Kovalev. I just don't know how true the sentiment is that he's not what he once was, or he's right at the end of his career. And even if he isn't what he once was, maybe he's still got way more than enough to beat Yarde. Interesting times, but I'm a bit hesitant to get excited until fight night, because I wouldn't be surprised if the fight gets signed, a date is announced, and a couple of weeks before the fight, there's a pullout. Does that make sense? So I don't know, man. That just wouldn't surprise me. It just because of the route that Tunde and Frank Warren and Anthony Yarde have taken. Uh, it just feels like, I don't know whether it was just talk or whether they genuinely believe that Yarde can beat Kovalev. I don't know. There's a lot to kind of take in at the moment, and obviously it's very early days in this negotiation phase and whatnot. But put it this way, I'm not getting excited for the fight until they weigh in the day before the fight. Then I'll get excited. And if something is to happen with this, if there is to be a someone is to drop out, whether it's Kovalev or Yarde or whatever, then Yarde's next opponent has to be top 10 light heavyweight. Otherwise, then literally, like, there'll be a meltdown, and I won't be able to sit for another fucking Tunde Ajayi interview where he justifies the opponent that Yarde is fighting if this Kovalev fight falls through. So there you have it. It's time for Anthony Yarde to turn up, show up, blow up. He can't get weak, he needs to fucking get deep. If he's a lion in the camp, he's got to show the strength. I can't think of any others of their catchphrases. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Put your comments below about this fight. Do you think that Yarde even stands a chance? Do you think that it will actually happen? I don't know. What do you guys think? Feel free to share this with a mate. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And I will see you on the next video, because I'm going to bang out a couple today. So see you next time.